Alright, well, welcome to the channel. Yeah, that's Kiwi in the background. Usually she's hiding, but her bed has now been vacuumed and she's very eager to get all this hair off. Winter has transitioned to spring. The house has been a mess. I'm trying to keep up with things, and I haven't done a meditation like this in a while. And we're actually in the realm of expanding now too, so I want to take that into account. But this is a sample of not the final product, and I know there is a couple glitches in this track, but these are 40-minute audio tracks that I'm cutting with great intention, I might add. Everything I'm kind of doing these days is very much more intentional, as opposed to just accepting whatever comes my way and sitting back, waiting. So I've been able to kind of reclaim a lot of my own personal power. I've been able to kind of get back into the flow of things, and it has caused me to have to step back from a lot of things as well. But just to come over here, they give me the opportunity to introduce you to NAHX Studios if you haven't found this before. NAHX Studios this is a space for me to share what I'm doing. I'm doing a 40-minute guided meditation this evening. If you're willing to stick around for it, great. I'd love to have you along. You can like, comment, subscribe, that'd be great. Our best first instinct, no matter what, in all meditations is to ground ourselves first. Okay? Here's what I like to do. Grab a crystal or earth energy, something, and just put my energy into it, right? But I've been reclaiming my personal power back, and this is a meditation that allows me to go from fear at the root and bring me out of that root energy all the way up to my heart. So this is intended to go from fear in the root to a little bit more of our feelings in our sacral chakra. Finally, our personal power, reclaiming that in like our lower belly and upwards to the lower part of our heart, and then finally in the conclusion our heart chakra to love. So we're going through all elements, and it's just inscribed with solfeggio meditations, but also inscribed with lyrics and music and so forth. So if you are inclined to be a little bit more dynamic in your meditation practice, and I'm just going to go through this as it feels right. This is not scripted yet, but that's what I'm working on, putting together 40-minute presentations that do have a scripted backing. So with that said, we'll just go ahead and kind of get in. First things first, again, start by grounding ourselves. And as this meditation music kind of comes in, this is a 396 hertz frequency. Yes. Why? Because I need to just kind of be here, be present to this. This is a good moment of time just to simplify our breathing, take account of any thoughts coming in, right? Bring ourselves to the breath, to the awareness of that breath. And perhaps any mind chatter that's distracting us from really just being present in this moment, being present in this space. You might have a couple things like irritating around the body, just kind of get loose and fall into it. I'm going to start by opening up some space in the belly so that I can go down as low as I need to, and breathing all the way into my root chakra. And that way I'm just going to do some power breathings, which is 10 puffs out with my nostrils without an increase of breath coming in, really, to 10 to 10 to 10. And we'll do our best here. And that breath just simply just allows me to puff my belly, open up the channel between my thoughts and my body. And activating the belly, diaphragmatic breathing attempts are best practices for these lower frequency, lower resonant meditations and so forth. We don't really breathe into our back until we get that space opened up. But I do want to just take a moment and acknowledge that when I think about the root chakra, this root energy, that I am an extension of Mother Earth. I'm not a lot of the things I think that I am, and this gives me an opportunity to let go of that and expand into something new, something different, something a bit more unique. So please enjoy.
Tame your wild, wild heart. I know you feel like the walls are closing in on you. It's hard to find
Now I move to a bit more of a higher frequency, inviting us to enter the sacral chakra. And hopefully with even that song, that soundtrack, that we're able to kind of like get excited a bit, rising up out of the energy of earth into water. Become distinctly aware of the water background noise. Get into the flow of things. Here we use the extension of our hands, wiggling our fingers. Our energy is just a little bit lighter. But here is an invitation or invocation in certain regard, if you're open to it, if you call it in, to our creativity, to this unique, purpose-driven experience of life. Not fully always understanding what's happening, but putting forth our energy, not so much with effort, but more so out of innate instincts, and not so much out of survival instincts, but of a higher realm of instincts. An inclination, perhaps. A proclivity. That thing that you can't really even refuse, because when it happens, it just comes on so naturally. And when you get in the flow of it, there is no effort to it. This creativity is our inspiration, not so much just for ourselves in the long run, although at this point, at this time, it is for us. To dip our toes in the water, to become part of the flow, and allow this creativity to come out of us. This relationship between our sacral chakra here with water and our throat chakra. The ability to express this creativity and share it with the world. Find your way to that.
It's not what we get that makes us happy, it's who we become. How we live our life, who we are as a person. People can take away all the things, but who you become, no one can take away. And the problem is most of us are trying to be something we're not. And it isn't so much about change, about changing yourself. The change happens when you be yourself.
Try to remember who you are today, without anybody else's feedback or anything that you think you may be because of external force.
I can feel your heart hanging in the air. I'm counting every step as you climb the stairs. It's buried in your bones, I see it in your closed eyes turning in. This is harder than we know. We hold it in the most when we're wearing thin. Coming like a hurricane, I take slow. The world is spinning like a weather vane, fragile and composed. Though I am breaking down again, I am aching now to let you in. 7 times it came when you were not awake. 7 times the flame, too much to take. The sky burns red against your skin. The world we know turns in the wind, coming like a hurricane. I take it in real slow. The world is spinning like a weather vane, fragile and composed. Though I am breaking down again, I am aching now to let you in.
Embrace this moment. Just be here. Expand this breath from your belly in, lifting your chin, holding, and letting go all the way, letting your belly sink all the way in. Take it back in. Hold. And give it away. Don't allow that storm to suffocate you and rob you of what you're intended to do here. Rest easy again. Feel this activation. Stay here in this sacral chakra. Stay here. Really seek out that divinely inspiring part of you that puts smiles on other people's faces, enlivens your spirit, that requires no effort. That thing that if money wasn't a thing, you would do for nothing. Just because you love it. Because it allows you to feel complete and whole. And here we really want to lay the groundwork for what comes here in this frequency we're in now. The fire within us, the stoking of our belly, what we've been activating so far. To recognize where and how we many times unbeknownst to ourselves, give our personal power away. And not so much because others are undeserving, but rather because we have not been fulfilling our own divinity, our own creativity. We've not been fulfilling our purpose, leaning too much in on the pleasures of this world and the distractions of this world and the commiserations of this world. To absolution, we need to retrieve this personal power from the sources that we have been giving it away to and reclaim it. And if even in just this moment that is simply your breath, fill yourself up with that breath. Take in this prana, this life force energy that is breath, and allow it to sustain you. Here and now, come to a greater understanding. You are complete, you are whole, and nothing is worth giving that away. Feel it in your gut like an intuitive, physiological connection.
It's all we know, all we know, the hurricane, falling slow, in the pouring rain. It's all we know, the hurricane. Falling slow in the pouring rain. Watch it go, we stay the same. And I don't know how it can change. Watch it go, we stay the same. And I don't know how it can change. I don't know how it can change. It's all we know, the hurricane.
When someone loves themselves, when someone really believes that despite my flaws, despite my shortcomings, my looks, my income, I like me. I love me. When you love yourself, you treat yourself as such. To be in that place as a human being, to love yourself enough to say, you know what? I understand my value. And because I understand my value, I'm going to treat myself in every area of my life the best way I can. Be the best version of me. I may slip here and there, but my love is stronger than my hate. My love is stronger than my weakness. My love is stronger than my doubt. If your love is the epitome of you, then you'll always win in life.
People are spending the majority of their life waiting for something out there to take away their emptiness or pain or the resentment in here. Well, they're waiting their whole life in separation or lack, then and we create reality, then the lack is driving certain thoughts, which is creating more separation and more lack. let's stop telling the story of your past and let's start telling the story of your future. And people who aren't defined by a vision of the future, for the most part, are left with memories of the past. And your brain is a record of the past. It's an artifact of everything you've learned and experienced in this moment. So most people wake up in the morning and they start thinking about their problems. And those problems are memories that are tattooed in the brain that are associated with certain people and things at certain times and places. So the moment a person wakes up clean slate, they start thinking about the problems they're thinking in the past. If you believe your thoughts have something to do with your destiny, well, there's a possibility that your past is your future.
I think you get a charge out of that. Rah, that relentless, nothing's gonna stop me. You know what I mean? When you use that power, that's just as beautiful as the smile. I do it because it's a daily thing, right? Every single day I get up thinking, all right, how are we gonna make today better? What is it about today that you're gonna work on that you gave a little bit of time to yesterday? Some people dwell on their failures and some people allow it to own them or their shortcomings or their weaknesses. I look at it as a way to challenge myself.
All miseries of comparison. And we may not realize it. We're not really that upset with where we are. What we are is, what happens is we compare it to where we think we should be, and that very comparison is what brings us misery. We're happy to be breathing. We're happy to be alive. We're happy we woke up. It's the immediate comparison to what could be, used to be, should be, or somebody else's being does that brings us the sadness, the angst, the anxiety, the worry, the frustration. It is always comparison.
Now we finally have this opportunity to fully embrace that relationship between this personal power that is within us, and take a moment of recognizing where we might be falling short. In what way have we been sacrificing our own divine nature? Remembering that we are an extension of this earth. We suffer and heal with the earth. And as the earth has provided us every provision that we have ever actually needed, we've become an emotional body of energy, capable of doing the most creative things and exploring the most wondrous possibilities. Yet many times along this path we run into conflict and error, trials and tribulations, burdens and circumstance. Through our gut, we forget even how to breathe into our bellies, to stay passionate about life, and to carry that flow into our passions of life. These are the things that collectively, when placed in alignment together, allow ourselves to really start activating our full potential of the emotional body, from our root to our heart. Allowing this frequency and this space and this natural relationship between the air and our body in our lungs. It's such a harmonious relationship, a balanced equation of perfection in all ways. And there's nothing to run from or run toward, only to simply be and accept that everything that is experienced in this world is as is intended to teach us something. To go from fear to love is never permanent. This is not a perfect path. Without heartache and pain. But ultimately, what would we appreciate about life without the struggle? We need only reach inside of ourselves to understand more accurately ourselves and where we've been sacrificing our divinity.
You know, I'm so fortunate that at a young age, right when I got out of the military, I volunteered at veterans hospitals. And I got to spend time with people who were at the end of their days. And I've always said since then, you want to learn how to live. You want to learn how to live well? Hang out with people who are dying. So whenever I'm asked that question, you know, what advice do I have for a life well lived? I answer that way. You know, many people experience the travesty of regret in their end days. The realization that nothing held them back, that nothing was in their way, that there's no one to blame, only themselves. So I ask, what are you waiting for? Don't just sit by waiting for your life to happen. Make it happen. Don't just hope your dreams will come alive. You breathe life into them. Don't let your fear help you birth a well-nourished regret. Take action today. Be amongst the few who dare to follow their dreams. You know, the cemeteries are full of unfulfilled dreams. Countless echoes of could have and should have. Countless books unwritten. Countless songs unsung. Don't choose to walk the well-worn path to regret. Live your life in such a way that when your body's laid to rest, it will be a well-needed rest from a life well lived, a song well sung, a book well written, opportunities well explored, and a love well expressed. You want advice? And my advice is that there will always be fear. Do it anyway. Let your courage inspire the world around you. Nobody ever talks about the pyramids that weren't built, the books that weren't written, the songs that weren't sung. Stop letting your fear condemn you to mediocrity. Get out of your own way. Your dreams are a poetic reflection of your soul's wishes. Be courageous enough to follow them. There's no greater time than right now to experience the full power of your potential. Make this the day you take the first step in the beautiful journey of bringing your dreams to life. You want advice? Today is a new day. This is your chance, your moment. Dare to exhaust yourself with all the opportunities of this day, all the opportunities that this day offers along the path to your dreams. Live courageously bold. Live in such a manner that at the end of this day, at the end of this year, at the end of this precious life, you can hold your head up high, smile, and be proud of a life well lived.
So I sincerely hope that as we bridge the last moments and the final few soundtracks of these extended meditation this evening, that you might be able to take in some of these words of wisdom in alignment with this intentional guided meditation. To come into that allowance of what is intended for you. To courageously both receive love and become willing to give it away. In the most competent way. In the most natural and authentic way. With our heart open, we can feel all things through space and time. And we want to really embrace this time.
Like a wave crashing into the shore, they wash away my view. Why you walk away? Like a fear with somewhere to go, you left me crying. Your tears about tomorrow and all the pain and sorrow running through. Tomorrow's just another day, and I don't believe in that. These are Why you punish me?
And finally, we recognize that we are just here right now in this space, absence of so much time to do whatever it is that we need to do. And with this conclusion of the meditation, I invite you just to take account of anything that might have surfaced. Sit in this for a silent minute. And just allow yourself to be, to feel, to know what's next, so that you will be able to love more completely, more authentically, with greater efficacy, and recognize that the love we give is the love we are able to receive. Let our primary action become anything in love. Thank yourself for spending this time with yourself, and take a final deep breath in. And let it go to completion. Peace be with you. Thank you for allowing me the time to lead this evening. And if you do have any comments, as this is an off-the-cuff meditation, please let me know in the comments, and anything that you might have going on that you might need meditation for or prayers for, so I can send those away. But peace be with you. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Namaste.